Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will be doing a flip through of my reading journal so far. Or like, we're in mid-year, half of the year has gone by, and I feel like it's time to just flip through and catch up a little bit with my reading journal. I have caught up, I think, a little bit with my reading journal in the past videos, so that's good. I still have a lot of catching up to do. I did not, however, already filmed the section where I'll be flipping through my reading journal, and honestly, I didn't do a lot of updating there. My plan was to update some things, but the things that actually needed updating, not really. I was not in the mood for, because it's a lot of statistics and I think it just has to be done one day, looking through my phone, Notion, whatever it is that I log, my reading log. So yeah. Anyway, I don't want to make this intro too long because I think the section where I film the flip through is quite a long one. So I'm just gonna go straight into it and hope you guys enjoy. It's finally time to do the flip through. This is actually my second time filming this because I deleted the video that I already filmed before the intro. So yeah, let's get into it. In the original video, I actually planned to update some other things that are still missing or still needs updating in my reading journal, but since I already updated it in the first time I filmed this video, just ignore that. Ignore whatever it is I said in the intro. But obviously, before we start, let's light the candles to just set a little bit of a vibe, you know. So let's just get into it. This is the first page that I created for the journal, reading journal for 2025. I wanted to have like a butterfly theme, and I have this sticker sheets that I get specifically from, it's like locally, I think. It's Mørenkunst, and they always made such a beautiful sticker, like just beautiful. And I have placed more stickers, so it'll be coming very soon, and I'm really excited for that. But this is pretty much the first page slash the title page. And moving on, it is my library page. Honestly, I was pretty confused in the beginning because I'm not sure what color palette I want to use for this, because I really like fall colors, but I feel like I don't want my whole year to be looking like orangey, even though I might do that actually next year. But I decided to just like use my Tombow, what is it called? Like brush pens to use this. I have like a few in a set, so I just used it. And I feel like I like it-ish. I don't like the pink that comes with it though. Like, it doesn't match with the rest of the brush pens. I like the colors, so we shall see. But I feel like for it being the middle of the year, and I have read, I don't know, I think around 78 books. It definitely, like, I did it quite perfectly, I want to say, because it's like pretty much halfway, even though it's more packed down here. We shall see if I need a new tracker. But if yes, I wouldn't mind doing it either way. So yeah, move on to the next one. This is my yearly TBR, which I want to say it is pretty good going so far. I did 8 books, and this is, I think, in total 16 books. So I am missing 8 books technically from here, but for example, for The Return of the King, I am actually first book in, so I still have 3 books to go for this. I mean, 3 books in as in like I'm currently in the middle of the first book, so we shall see for that. Harry Potter, I'm in the middle of the third one. No, I haven't even started the third one, so I just finished second book, so I still have like quite a bit to go. But the rest, I am actually waiting for it to be a bit cooler, a bit like, I don't know, just more colder time of the year, I guess, because I do most of my reading usually in the fall times because it's just cozy. You can just wrap up in a blanket, and that could be like what I would want to do always. So that's that. But also another thing here, I have Onyx Storm. I read Fourth Wing, but I definitely want to reread it because I read it 2 years ago. I haven't read Iron Flame, so that's why, yeah, this is, I'm excited, but I'm nervous for that. So moving on to the next one is a series tracker that I created. I honestly still have so many books here that I have not completed or not looking forward to reading in the future, but I don't think I will prioritize it anytime soon. Like for example, The Shadowhunter, I really want to continue, but I'm waiting for the audiobook for the Bane Chronicles, I think, and the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy, which is the next 2 books. So I don't think I will get those anytime soon, so we shall see when. Hopefully this year though. And then Belladonna, I'm not looking to reading it or prioritizing it, or like prioritizing reading it anytime soon. So we shall see. But maybe like fall time always makes me want to read something like more atmospheric like Belladonna. So well, we shall see for that. Like Ranger's Apprentice, I definitely want to read a couple more before the year ends, but I will not be finishing this series anytime soon, I don't think, or this year. Like Magnolia Parks, definitely want to try and finish, but we shall see. Like the Hurricane Wars, I'm not gonna continue anytime soon, or Light Lark, and then the Poppy War, I don't think I'm gonna prioritize, or Blood and Ash. Anyway, before I go through everything, I just have a few series here that I will probably postpone to next year because I want to really try and focus and finish some of my series, or like some of the series first, because I feel like I keep starting new series and not finishing it, so I definitely want to try and finish it. But on the other hand, I definitely will finish most of this, which is exciting. And moving on to the next page, I have statistics. I still haven't even removed the pencil marks from this because this will be like what I'll be doing towards the end of the year, because it's just like statistics I like to put in because it's interesting to see at the end of the year, and comparing it to like, I don't know if I have it from last year, but I think so. I don't think so actually, maybe, but maybe it's in my other journal. And then the next page, I have a physical TBR. I definitely have a few more books that I have not added here. I think 2 or 3 more books here. But yeah, honestly, I have been reading quite a bit from my physical TBR and very happy about that. But I feel like some of these books I definitely DNF'd already, so I'm not sure what I still have and not. But either way, doesn't matter. This is where I would write down the books that I bought ish, or like still have physically, and just cross it off. The next one is my 5-star reads of the year. So far, this is mid-year and I have filled exactly halfway, which is kind of sad because I read 70 books and I only found, how many is this? Like 12 books? I mean, it's not the worst thing. I think I definitely have found one more, which is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I just finished it today in the morning. By the time that I filmed this the first time, I have not finished it. So yeah, but I think it's a 5-star. I'm still marinating in my feelings for that. But this is where my 5-star reads of the year will live. And if I have more, I will just attach a page and just have like a little bit of a Dutch door moment. I think it's called Dutch door. If not, I can show you what I'm saying. But it is like my December last year. So it's like just a little door that I attach. Anyway, moving on, is my favorite books of every month or each month, whatever it is you want to say it. But yeah, it's right now it's July, but it's not the end of July yet, so I don't know. But honestly, these are some good reads and I loved it. I think actually Court of Blood and Bindings might need to go into the 5-star reads, or maybe it's just a 5-star series. I'm not sure. But this is where my favorite book of each month will reside. Moving on to the next one is I want to say 2 challenges that I probably will abandon and will be just maybe taping it together. We shall see. I have a book bingo here. I feel like I definitely could finish this bingo, but I feel like I'm stressing out about my book bingo last year, so I really don't want to do it again. But we shall see. We shall see for this one, because I definitely did most of this, so I just have to fill it out. Meanwhile, this is like, I think a few months back, New York Times released a like best 100 books over the past century or something like that. And I was thinking like, okay, I don't think I've read that many. I've read like around 5 or 6, 7, 8 books. I'm not sure. But like definitely one digit. And I definitely, out of 100, I want to read more. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a bingo. This one I might definitely, but I will probably recycle, because I don't know if I'm interested in doing this challenge anymore. It's just like, it's stressing me out that I have it here and that I cannot finish it. So I will maybe upcycle this to something else. We shall see. And this one I have is a BookSpot spread. Honestly, compared to last year, I am doing so much better in my book buying. For example, I didn't even buy anything in February. I didn't try to do any book buying ban that month, so it just so happened. Another thing is that it's probably all from like one order, so I still have to control myself, but either way, it is much better that it's like midway. It's exactly half year. Like this is exactly 6 months, and this is already July, so I feel like it's good going. I am afraid for August, because August is my birthday month, so it could be that I will buy a lot of books or receive a lot of books. But I think if I receive, it's not really a book that I bought. We shall see what I do with this. But yeah, other than that, it is all going super well, so I'm happy about that. Moving on to the next one is book club book spread and nonfiction books of 2025 spread. So I have a little mini book club, and we choose every book each month, obviously, like book clubs do. And I'm missing one book in July. This will be The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. But other than that, it's going super well. But for the nonfiction, I have missed 2 months, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue this spread. I'm so sad about it, because last year I did it. Like I read 12 nonfiction books in the span of 12 months. And I was super proud. I feel like I learned so many things, but I feel like this year I am in a little bit more of a reading slump. So it's really difficult to get into nonfictions, and I feel like I'm rushing it, and I'm not retaining like not the capacity, but like the full potential of the book, which I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, we shall see if I continue. If not, it's okay. I know for next year not to do this again. So reading goals. I have read 78. Wait, I can update it. So I read 78 books so far. And honestly, I haven't found a lot of 5 stars, but I feel like usually most of my 5 stars I find towards the end of the year, because it's like cozier time. I just read more, and I don't know, just the atmosphere as well outside is like immaculate. So I think that's why. It's just, yeah, I need to stop rambling about me reading more towards the end of the year, because anyway, it doesn't matter. So these are my reading goals. I think read 100 books definitely will achieve this. Read 2 classics, I'm not sure. I have bought 3 classics, I think, in the past, no, last year, for this specific goal. I have Dracula by Stoker, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and I don't know what the other one is. I think it's Little Women by Alcott, Louisa May Alcott, if I'm not wrong. So I definitely want to try and read Dracula. Pride and Prejudice, we shall see. So this is still doable. And about the read 1 nonfiction book per month, I think we're gonna scratch that. Scratch this. And read 1 book in German, still could happen, but we shall see for this one. Because I feel like reading a book in a different language, not that I'm like my German is bad, my German is pretty good. It's just like English has always been my main like language for reading. So I don't know. I feel like reading in a different language would be pretty weird. So we shall see. And then minimizing my physical books to TBR 40. That's what I'm about to say. But minimize physical TBR to 40 books. Maybe. Total I have 90 books. 90 books. So I might have to read 50 books and only my physical TBR, so we shall see. We shall definitely see for that. Stephen King's still doable. We shall see. Moving on to the next one, I have Book Awards. Still not finished with this, but these are just like book covers that I will paste, that I will glue here towards the end of the year. So you just have to see my flip through at the end of the year. Same with these 2 pages. I just leave 1 blank page, and this is Year in Books. I think it's like a website that I just like pasted it because it's so interesting to see. Moving on to the next one, we are coming to my seasonal TBR. So I have my spring one over here and I have my summer one over here. Don't even ask me if I have read all of this. I have not. I think I read like half of the books here and half of the books here, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. I read 4. Okay, this one is like a third, but summer is not done yet, so do not worry. I will try my best. And I will try and go back and read some of this as well, especially Crescent City, now that ACOTAR 6 announcement is out. Definitely. This, I have space for autumn and I have space for winter. Moving on to the next one is the spread that I definitely will recycle towards the end of the year, because I made like anticipated new releases for each month, but the thing is I somehow just didn't finish this and I didn't notice. So yeah, let's ignore this. I will recycle it and you guys will see what it'll be towards the end of the year. And now we are coming to our monthly spread, which looks pretty different each month, but I tend to keep it pretty simple, which is like stickers and just my TBR. And this one I have my favorite book because The Final Empire was so good. And I usually have statistics, but the thing is, I really do not like filling this out each month. So I think I'm going to try and fill it out towards the end of the year again. If not, then for 2026, definitely not doing stats anymore. So yeah. And then I did a Pinterest board inspired spread for The Final Empire. I do this quite often in my last journal for like some of my favorite books because it's just so good. I just feel like you see the like vibe instantly, which I really love. And it's like so much, yeah, I just love this spread. I think this is just a random journaling spread about how I'm like in a reading slump and I'm neglecting my reading journal, I think. And moving on to February, it's the same. But I think this one, I definitely read a bit more. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I read a bit more and I really like it. Honestly, it's just like, it's it's February, so it's like pink and red. I love it. And yeah, I read quite a bit actually this month. So yeah, moving on to the next one is the Infernal Devices spread. I finished it and the book ended me, or like the book series ended me. Loved it so much I had to journal about it. This is probably a 6-star series for me. So yeah, that's that. Moving on to the next one is the Infernal Devices. Also, what I noticed is that this is wrong because this is Vin and Ellen, I think, from The Final Empire or from the Mistborn Era 1 series, and I don't know why it's here. I probably glued it wrong, didn't notice, so I will change it eventually. And then at some point I did a readathon and I did a spread to commemorate it. And then moving on to the next one, it's already March. And in March, I also read quite a bit actually. Some of these are really good. Murderbot series, The Well of Ascension, Queens of Miss Madness. Yeah. And Lost and Lassoed, how could I forget that? But yeah, it's so good. Moving on to the next one is a spinner wheel video that I made or that I filmed, and I also did a spread to commemorate it. And since I want to get into Cosmere, which is like the universe of Brandon Sanderson's books, I really just want to follow the reading order. So that's why I have a tracker to just track myself, I guess. Moving on to the next one is April. I was journaling at some point and then I just didn't finish it. I don't know what happened, but that's that. Yeah, So funny. Moving on to the next one is an unfinished spread, because this is actually like a flip. Yeah, sticky. I need to fix some of this, guys. It's a flip. Oh my gosh, I almost burned my reading journal. Wait, guys, let me move this. I didn't finish it. I really would like to finish it eventually, but we shall see. Maybe I keep it unfinished. We'll see towards the end of the year, because towards the end of the year, I usually do like all final touch up, because that's it. I'm not gonna visit like the journal anymore. So yeah, we shall see for that. Moving on to the next one, I did an anticipated new releases in May, because there were a lot of new releases in May. So yeah, I did this spread, and I read A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. So good. So had to do the Pinterest board thing again because it's so good. Moving on to the next one is double page spread to commemorate the ending of, or like the release of Fearless, which ended the trilogy, the Powerless trilogy. Honestly, I just want a space where I can rant how disappointed I was with the last two books, like second Fearless and Reckless, because Powerless was so good. Powerless was 6-star read for me, and the rest was just such a flop for me. So sad. So very sad, but it's okay. It's okay. I also made like a little mini book so you guys can like see all the book covers, you know. And the next one is I did a reread of Divine Rivals to read Ruthless Vows, and honestly, such a good book, such a good series, duology, whatever it is. I might want to reread this soon. Maybe not so soon, but like maybe this year. We shall see. Maybe twice. That would be quite crazy. But anyway, moving on. I have April Reads here, which is, it's always so satisfying to see so many like book covers in one like single spread. I love it. Moving on to the next one, it's May. And for May, also didn't read quite that many, but love the spread. I love like how crazy the layout is, and I love seeing like the little mini bookshelf, I guess, and like some of the spreads. I really didn't fill it out because I didn't feel like I need to, but like it does look pretty empty, and like when it's filled out, like May, it looks much better. So maybe I'll go back and fill it out. But yeah, moving on to the next one is I made a video about the series that I want to prioritize this year. So I decided to make a spread about it to just like know that these are the series I want to prioritize. So I really hope that I will be done with all of this. If not, I will be like further into the series like Zodiac Academy, but I definitely will try and finish everything here. We shall see. And then I had a trip to Honduras, so I made a TBR. I don't think I finished half of this book. I read The Hero of Ages, The Paradise Problem, Phantasma, Harry Potter, and The Chamber of Secrets, and the rest, nope. But I'm currently in the middle of The Fellowship of the Ring, so that's a progress, I guess. And the next one is a spread to commemorate the Prison Healer trilogy. I think this trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and I love it. I love it so much. I had to just yap and journal about it. So yeah, moving on to the next one is June spread, and I love it. I have this sticker, which is like the dragon sticker. I know I messed up here, try to fix it, but I feel like I ripped a little bit of my page, so I was like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, these are my TBR. These are the books that I read. So yeah, quite a bit, honestly. Moving on to the next one is the books that I read in Honduras. So I read some pretty good books, honestly, in Honduras. Like Phantasma was epic, Wild Side, Rewinded Back, The Paradise Problem, Watch Me, Harry Potter. Never Lie and Tangled Up in You is the one which is like, it's a little bit meh, but it's alright. It's alright. We cannot read always good books, you know what I mean? Then they will all be meh in a way. Anyway, moving on, I did a book tracker to just see how many books I read each month. because it's interesting. I know I did it in my statistic, I think, even though it's not done. That's why I'm not sure. That's why I just did a book tracker, because it's interesting. Moving on to the next one is 2 empty pages, because I think I want to journal a little bit, just like full text about how I feel mid-year in my reading, in my life maybe. I don't know about life so much, but definitely more about reading. So I will probably do that soon-ish. And this is, I just added this today in the morning, honestly. It's Ghibli movies checklist, because I definitely want to try and read more Ghibli movies. So that will be, the list will be here. And then I have July spread. Obviously, since we just started, I haven't updated this. But yeah, my TBR is honestly not so bad. Have I read any of this? No. Is this now the 16th of July? Yes. So wish me luck. Definitely almost done with fellow. No, not almost done. I'm like a fourth in, but it's audiobook, and I'm planning to just do a little bit more puzzling, and I'm gonna try to make my next 2 weeks a little bit more reading intense. So we shall see. I am also now currently reading The Night and the Moth. So progress on that, progress on this, then gonna continue with this. Oh gosh. Anyway, that is pretty much my reading journal for this year so far. Honestly, have been neglecting it a little bit, but I will probably, again, as I have said, I like to do most of my hobbies a little bit more towards the end of the year, because it's just like cozier time. You stay inside a little bit more. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'll be doing. I want to see if I can make this be enough until December. I think it will. I don't have that many pages left, but I definitely want to buy a different notebook, because I have the same 2 notebooks for the past 2 years. I want to see if I get a notebook therapy one. We shall see, but that is the plan. So yeah, thank you for watching and listening to me rambling about my journal, and I will send you back to Tasha in the outro, which should be in the future if my first video didn't corrupt or didn't get deleted by me. And now it's Tasha in the past. So let's go to her. So that is pretty much it of the reading journal. Honestly, I have just like, I think after flipping through my reading journal, I've just rekindled my obsession a little bit with like doing my reading journal, because I feel like I've lost the interest a little bit for quite a bit there, like May, June. It was just life getting so hectic, and I was like, okay, I cannot have another thing on my list. And now that it has calmed down a little bit and I get to update it, and I just feel like it's such a good thing, such a good like self-care moment in a way. So I really, really enjoyed that. And yeah, honestly, I still have a lot of reading journal to do until the end of the year, and I kind of want to switch up some of the like formatting a little bit. Like, I really don't want to do the statistics anymore. It was fun to see it at the end of the year, but is it worth doing it every single month? I'm not sure. Especially like amount of pages. It's just a lot of looking through the information and then adding it all up. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm into it. So we shall see for that one. But yeah, other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I know I really want to do a mid-year tag as well. I know it's like by the time you guys seeing this, it'll be almost like the end of July, which is not really mid-year anymore, but I feel like June and July, they're mid-year. It doesn't matter. So I will probably post this really soon, and then I also want to do mid-year. It's more of just like me looking back, like, oh, okay, this is my mid-year status, and I hope by the end of the year, obviously, things are completed in a way. So I think I might film it actually. I might film it after this actually. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know down below if you guys are also doing a reading journal. And if not, I highly, highly recommend it. It is such a good, like, hobby to have or to do. Like, a little bit of a self-care because it's just so fun just recapping your month and like what you read and whether you want to journal anything in your journal. So, yeah. Anyway, before I start rambling, because I am in a rambly mood, I will stop. And I will just thank you guys again for watching. And I hope you guys are having a good season, a good mid year transition to the cozy part of the year. And I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.